Yes, you are watching this video because you have seen Avengers Endgame. You know how it ends, and you want to have a little bit of a therapy session right now as we discuss the fate of Black Widow in Avengers Endgame. Now, this is your 30-second warning. If you accidentally click this and it automatically started playing, final chance to press pause or stop or whatever, and then come back after you've seen the movie, because I do not want to spoil it for you. 30 seconds of mercy are over with. Okay, here we go. Yes, Black Widow. In the likeness of Iron Man, her life was sacrificed in order that the whole could survive, so that everyone could be saved that had died before. And this was a sacrifice that she chose to make, more so than even Iron Man. I mean, Iron Man the whole time knew he could die, but he didn't expect it to happen the way it did. He didn't realize that. It was more of an accidental situation in the attempt to save her. But with Black Widow, she knew that she had to make that leap. And even though she was, she could have been prevented from doing it, she insisted on making sure that it happened. And so what does that mean for the future of Black Widow? Well, I've already read online where apparently there's going to be a Black Widow movie, which people have been wanting for a long time, but it'd have to be a prequel, right? And if it were a prequel, how far would it go back? Which is funny because, none of these actors are getting younger. So it's like, well, are we going to go back 10 years for her? Like, to show the origin story? Is that what we're going to do? Because if we're going back 10 years, well, she's 10 years older now. Granted, she looks young, but still, is that what it's going to be, a prequel? Because it's not like they're going to bring her back. That would be silly at this point after the finality and the importance of her death. See, certain characters need to die in movies for that balance to occur. And for her storyline, they think, well, man, but she was still fairly young and she was so involved. Why her? But again, if it wasn't her, it would have been somebody like Hulk. It would have been somebody else who had been so involved the whole time. And we needed the gravity of a death that meant something. And so if anyone was going to sacrifice their life at the chance at saving others, she was a great candidate to do that. We needed to walk away from this original series here in Marvel with certain people dying and not coming back. That needed to happen. We needed to see that in the end, not everybody survived, and not because certain characters, as we know, when they went back in time, they ultimately revived them. They kept them from dying, but it's a different version of them now. But not her. She's gone. Now, granted, I guess if you kept going back in time and trying to but that would be silly. We definitely need to move on. And as they've been already implied in the new Spider-Man trailer, is apparently now some sort of parallel universe has been created anyway. So there's going to be a lot of whole new material going on there. But yeah, certain people needed to die for this to end and us to have closure. And it's funny because, again, even with the way things ended with Hulk, and by the way, I've been reading that he's also going to be in upcoming movies. He won't have his own movie, but he'll still be in. So, the way things ended with him was unlike any other movie he was in. And Captain America, granted, they could go back and make a prequel movie series, but it's not really necessary. I'm happy knowing with Captain America that, in my mind, he lived a good life with his wife, and that's good. He died an old man in peace. Black Widow didn't have that ability. She didn't quite find that peace. Not all people do. And I think we needed the gravity of that death. Your comments belong right here.